Hey y'all, just want to make a video today. So I saw XQC made a tier list of streamers and I wanted to do a quick review on it. And as you can see over here, my boy made an actual tier list. This is actually insane. So there's some in here where I agree where this is the actual tier list, but there's just some in here where I'm like, I don't know. I feel like some of them are worse, other than the others are like maybe a little above. So like, okay, here we go. So S tier, we got I Show Speed, valid. Jinxie, valid. XQC, we're gonna get back to you. Hold on. Kai Cenat, valid. Queso, very valid. I still watch him 3 a.m. Well, actually, it'll be 1 a.m., 11, all the way through. I'll still be watching his streams. Uh, Ron, he's great. I don't watch his streams, but I know he's good. I'd say he's A tier, but S tier works too. Tyler, I know he does a league. I don't watch him. Oh shit, my mic, my bad. I don't watch him, but as in for me, I'd put him maybe B tier because I'm not a League of Legends player, but I can kind of see why people put him up. So I'm not complaining too much about that. Then you got Agent. Agent is a really good streamer. I fuck with him. So yes, A tier deserved. Oni Pixel, I actually like watching his streams now and then in the morning. I always go up to him whenever nobody else is up. So A tier, valid. Um, this guy, I remember him, but now he doesn't stream on Twitch. He now streams on Kick because of some sort of harassment. I don't watch him though, so I can't say too much about him. I think that's Ludwig right there. Yeah, that's Ludwig. Deserve A tier. I'd say he's more like an S tier, but nah, I don't know. A tier makes sense because he is like a teacher, right? But that's why I put him in S tier. But people have opinions. Jason the Ween, I don't watch his streams, nor do I watch his content. I only watch him when I watch Ron or Lacey. So yeah, I mean, I'd put him in like a B tier, right next to Max, which we'll get there soon. Black Boy Max, wait, yeah, we'll get there soon. Rage, I fuck with Rage. I remember watching Bullyworth Academy, back when he was doing the gameplay, the playthrough. I fucked with it. Those were the good days. I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with Rage. He's cool. A tier for sure. Lacey. I almost want to put Lacey in B tier, but A tier also makes sense because he does do IRL content, the same thing as Jason the Ween. And since they do it together, that's why Jason the Ween is also on a A tier with Lacey and Ron, because Ron is also a +1 gamer, not just a content creator IRL streamer. So it makes sense that he's also an S tier. And then Jason the Ween could be like A tier, B tier, since Black Boy Max doesn't really hang around the core boys like that no more. So that's I can kind of see why Black Boy Max is a bit lower just because of that. But then Marlin and all that, then where are they, right? But they don't. We'll get to that. Okay, now we get to Ludwig. Okay, if this is Ludwig, then I don't know who the other guy is, to be honest. Uh, I think that is Ludwig, isn't that? Okay, I have no idea. Anyways, Ludwig, like I said, A tier. Leave him there, 100%. Mate, but oh, Soda Poppin'. I feel like Soda Poppin' is C tier though, at least. But he is, I guess, B tier because he's somewhere around there. He's also an OG streamer, so he's been at it for a while. So I can kind of see he's a B tier for that reason. This guy right here, I don't know too much about him. Um, the guy with the hat, I don't know too much about him. Next one is Senna. Senna is a B tier for sure. I agree on that. Due to the fact because like she's around. other streamers and other people would rather watch them instead of watching her, if that makes sense, but they'll still watch her, like, the Cineathon, uh, which, I don't know how that's going, to be honest, because I'm not tuned in to any of Cinna's streams at all. Like, so I have no idea. And the same thing for Mia. I like Mia because she does the sanctuary stuff for animals, and that's mad respect. Mad respect. So I would put her on an A tier, but the thing is she's not really much of a streamer. So it makes sense to put her on the B tier. But she still streams though, so it's not like she doesn't, but she still does. It's not all the time. Um I don't know who this picture is supposed to be referenced to. Extra Emily. Okay. Yeah, the okay, I understood the picture. Okay. No, that's kind of rage bait from XQC. I'm not gonna cap. But yeah, yeah, Extra Emily. I don't watch her at all. I think she's a great person. I just don't think a B tier would make sense. I feel like a C tier because the other streamers in the C tier haven't done bad as she does, and also the C streamers do a lot more than she does, if that makes sense. And then we got Phase or X Phase, Adapt, pretty much Core Adapt now called. So I do think he's a B tier. I don't want to say it's because he's getting old, but he's still good and is in his like perspective or his in his range, should I say? So it's like not that he's getting old, it's just like, there's a certain catered audience to all this type of streamers, you know what I mean? The same thing for Black Boy Max because like again, it's a whole different cater of things because again, we're talking about streamers, right? So it's like what does Adapt do anymore? Like I know he goes to like anime conventions, he does card openings, does a little bit of IRL with the core boys, Rage and stuff like that, Silky. Um Other than that, not anything like out of the in the game world is what I'm saying. He doesn't do games anymore. So I can kind of see a B tier for him there, maybe a C tier, kind of makes sense. But yeah, we'll just leave him in B tier. But Extra Emily would just put you one tier lower. Everyone else makes sense, pretty much. So Boy Max, I love his music. Well, not his music, but I love how he does like the production of stuff and he lets people like make music. So I like how he does that in streams. I kind of fuck with that. So I kind of see him in B tier for that. So we'll leave him in B tier. And then the next guy, I for a second I don't know if that was Kason or FaZe Banks, but I have no idea who that last guy is on B tier. So I'ma say nothing for that guy. Anyways, C tier. This is where we hit the motherfucking hard stones. Oh my god, this is where the heavy hitters are. And I guess it's because they do political content and all that. So I guess I can kind of see why there's C tiers because not a lot of people care about that no more. Um, but here we go. So there's Asmon. You see, I can kind of say Asmon is more like an S tier for me because I really fuck with Asmon as like a daily watcher, daily viewer, even a daily streamer viewer. I kind of fuck with Asmon, so I kind of put him an S tier on my rank, if that makes sense. And then you got Destiny, Pestiny, is that what they call him? I have no fucking idea. I don't really care about Destiny's situation, like whether or not he's doing good or bad. I don't care. You do you, brother. From another mother, just do whatever the fuck you gotta do, Destiny. Uh, Trainwreck. I actually like Trainwreck. I actually want to do what Trainwreck did. The whole gambling thing where he got super rich doing that, the same thing as XQC did, which we are on this again because let me just go back to like to train wrecks. And hold on, let me get back to XQC for a minute. Then we got this other guy right next to train wrecks. I don't know if that's pirate software, but I don't watch pirate software, so I don't know. The other guy next to that guy, I don't know who that is. My bad. I'm so sorry for the people that do know them. And then we got Moist Critical. This is what I mean by like, what the fuck are we doing here? So it's like, I guess because Moist Critical is like very monotone and he isn't like very as enthusiastic, if that makes sense. So I can kind of see why he puts him in C tier, but why Asmon? Asmon is very enthusiastic, so this is why it's not making sense. Because if they're all C tiers, including Hassan, the fucking dog shocker, um, then how the fuck is XQC a S tier? Like this is not making any sense, bro. Like this tier list is kind of like, bro, XQC, put yourself in C tier immediately. Then this whole tier list would make sense. So, anyways, Asmongold, I guess C tier. Moist Critical, I guess a C tier. Hassan, C tier. Because they're politics type shit, uh that fucking type of content. And then you got Nick. I don't even know what the fuck he does anymore. I'm gonna be dead ass with you. DDG riding XQC's dick and XQC riding DDDG's dick as the usual. That's why you see him in C tier. But anyways, um and then we got the other guys. I just don't know who they are in the C tier. I'd say Joe Bart is that. I don't know if that's Joe Bart, but Joe Bart is a S tier for sure, which he should have made it. But I don't see him here, so very much confused. Um, oh, and then now we're on D tier. So this girl, I don't know who the fuck she is. If she's Casey Tron, you know, um, by all means necessary, do what you gotta do. So yeah, anyways, I don't know who that is. Amarath, yeah, Amarath, I don't know anyone that watches her other than probably daily gooners that don't have no girlfriend type shit. So I can kind of see, um I mean, it makes sense on why Amaruth is on the bottom tier list. No offense, but yeah, that's just how it goes. Anyways, Bruce, Bruce is good. I know he's really good at gaming. I don't know why he's a D tier if it's like a personality thing, because he is like kind of like a personality type of person to like make you get very offended very quickly type shit. So yeah, I don't know if it's why he's a D tier. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. So yeah, I guess. Anyways, S fan, um, valid, I guess. I mean, shit. I hope the best for S fan, to be honest. Uh, on an Iron Mouse, I don't know anyone that watches Iron Mouse. I didn't even know Iron Mouse was popular till Kai Cenat, Glaze, and whatnot. So I'm gonna be real, D tier kind of makes sense. Emaru is a kind of weird one because I thought she would be a higher tier list, at least like, I don't know, a B tier, a C tier, above a C tier at least. But nah, she's in D tier, which is very confusing. I would have put her on B tier for sure. Because I see her having like 20K viewers almost all the time whenever she streams, so it kind of makes sense. Other than that, um, what I will say is that I don't know what the fuck this tier list is anymore. So yeah, I just feel like it's completely rage bait. The next guy is, I don't know who that is. Right next to Emerald, I don't know who that is. No offense, I'm sorry, gang. And the last guy on the D tier list, I do know who he is. I just don't know his name. Um, I seen him on XQC's stream before. Uh, so he played like Tarkov and shit like that. Uh, Honestly, D tier because I don't really know him that much. But Ninja, oh my god, what a fucking fall off. Yeah, no, Ninja's definitely a F tier. That shit kind of sucks. I mean, not for me, but it's just like imagine being a streamer and then you fall off that badly. Like, damn, that's just how it goes. And he shit talked about Ron, and now Ron is a S tier. That's the one reason why Ninja is a F tier, just because of Ron. Um, the guy next to Ninja, I don't know. Yeah, all these other guys are in the bottom. I don't know who they are at all. But other than the XQC lookalike, which I guess it makes sense for him to be in F tier, but anyways, uh, Duke Dennis, he's all the way in the bottom. I think that's just a rage bait right there, but I kind of understand because as a streamer, Duke Dennis doesn't really provide any value. So yeah, it makes kind of sense. Cause I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I barely ever see him ever live stream, so it kind of makes sense. Um, but yeah, that's my review on the motherfucking tier list. Some of them should have went up, some of them should have went a little down. The S tiers makes perfect sense, 100%. Well, other than XQC, that one's like a little bit like, what the fuck am I looking at? But okay. Anyways, until next time, y'all stay safe. Peace out. Waco Mundo and love.